Hey guys, this is Joe back for another spoiler video. Sorry I wasn't able to be here last week. Luckily Colin was able to, fill in for me. Anyways, we're going to be looking at some of the black spoilers today. And yeah, it looks like a lot of vampires, a lot of interesting things. Let's just jump right into it. So first we got Black Blood Knight. He's a 3-cost resonator. He's a vampire. He's an 8/8. He has whenever this card deals damage, you gain that much life. So not bad. I think there's better out there. Obviously with the vampire deck, or I guess it's more of a dark elf deck. The dark elf deck kind of does really well by hurting yourself to hurt the enemy, and you might need some ways to gain life back, stuff like that. So in that case, Black Blood Knight might be pretty good. Vampires and dark elves could synergize really well together. Okay card though. Next we're gonna look at the 3 Evil Little Pigs. It's a 5-cost 4/4. He's a fairy tale. Well, when this card enters the field, put a 4/4 Darkness Pig Resonator token with. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, it deals 400 damage to your opponent. And a 4/4 Darkness Pig Resonator token with. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, you gain 400 life into the field. So basically, you play the 3 Evil Little Pigs. You get him, which with his enter ability, you get another pig, a Darkness Pig token. That is basically a 4/4. When it dies, it'll deal 400 damage, and then you get another one that's a 4/4, and when it dies, you'll gain 400 life. Now, for 500 for 5 mana, I think this is way overcosted, and I'm just not really too enthused about it. I don't think it's that great. The flavor is great. Like, you got 3 little pigs, you got the main guy who brings, his 2 brothers, and that's cool, but I don't think the effect is very worth it. Seems like there's a lot of better cards out there for 5 mana. Next, let's look at Dark Riding Hood. She's a 3-cost 7/8. She's a fairy tale. This card gains, whenever this card deals damage to a resonator, destroy that resonator, as long as your life is 2,000 or less. This card gains swiftness, as long as your life is 1,000 or less. When this card enters the field, you may remove 2 mystery counters from a J ruler. If you do, remove target resonator from the game. It's pretty good. Whenever this card attacks, it deals 200 damage to target player or resonator. You gain 200 life. So I think this could be a really strong card, especially it obviously slots well into the dark elf deck. You're going to be hurting yourself to hurt the enemy. Once you get below 2,000 or less, people probably aren't going to want to block her. Whatever she attacks is going to die. Swiftness, you probably won't be online too often, seeing as if you're below 1,000 life, you're like almost dead and you're probably losing. But her third ability, when this card enters the field, you may remove 2 mystery counters from a J ruler. If you do, remove target resonator from the game. I think that's a pretty good, I think that's great. 2 mystery counters is a decent amount, and from what I remember, the dark elf deck, starter deck, didn't really have a great way to generate mystery counters yet. And there's a lot of other stuff you can use your mystery counters on, but that's not bad, especially since it removes from games, so the resonator never hits a graveyard. They're not too likely to be able to get it back. And then her last one, whenever this card attacks, it deals 200 damage to target player resonator, you gain 200 life. That's just good. Like, that's just gravy tacked on. I think that's great in a deck where you're punishing yourself for playing stuff and trying to do damage to yourself in order to do damage to them. Next we have Wolf's Rain, 3 mana. It's a regular chant, not a quick cast. Put 3/3/3 Darkness Beast Wolf Resonator tokens with swiftness and precision into the field. At the next end of turn, remove them from the game. So they're only going to be there 1 turn. This card isn't bad. It can get like 9 damage into them. The swiftness and precision is nice. You can choose who you want to target with your precision, but you know, there you still have three darkness beast resonators. So if you try and attack the same person 3 times with precision, they can block. You know, they only maybe have to block one of them, and then that resonator might live. So overall, not too good. I'm not too enthused about it. Next we have Blood Spray. It's a 2 darkness will, 2 mana, or 2 will, sorry. It's a regular chant, not a quick cast. Draw 2 cards. This card deals 300 damage to you. It has an awakening cost. Remove a mystery counter from your J ruler. Destroy target resonator with total cost 2 or less. Now I think this is pretty good. You know, black doesn't have a whole lot of draw potential. Draw 2 cards is great. Like 300 damage, that's okay, because you're more than likely going to be playing Raya and Dark Elves, and you know they want to be kind of bloodied. The Awakening is pretty good. You know, it doesn't target a whole lot with a total cost 2 or less, but it targets a decent amount of stuff. You know, some really pesky stuff. Like honestly, just with the draw potential, I think it's a good card. Yeah, I definitely like it though. Next we have Vitality Drain, 5 mana, quick cast. Target player loses 1,000 life, you gain 1,000 life. The Awakening is remove a mystery counter from your J ruler. This card deals 1,000 damage to target J resonator. I like this. The 1,000 life is, you know, is a big nuke. Gaining 1,000 life, that's a 2,000 life, you know, 2,000 life swing. You know, between you and your opponent. It's pretty good. Just one mystery counter, you can do 1,000 damage to target resonator. That's probably going to kill a lot of stuff. Yeah, you know, it's good. It's a good card. The Awakening is also really efficient, really nice on it. Yeah, I like it. Next we have Truth Amongst Darkness, 3 mana chant. It has Remnant, so you can play it from your graveyard. Look at target opponent's hand and choose a card. They remove that card from the game. I like this. I don't like it that much. At 3 mana, that's really expensive. The Remnant is nice, but I don't know. It's just too much will for me. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only issue I have with the card. If it was priced 2 mana, I think, or 2 will, I think it would be a good, a great card, especially with the Remnant. But at 3 will, it's just a little too much for me. For most of those powerful discard spells are 1 mana. So, I mean, obviously this is way better than those other discard spells since you can choose. But anyways. Next, we're going to look at Lethal Arrow. It's a 1 black mana, 1 black will. It is a quick cast, which is great. Destroy target damage resonator. This is great. You know, it's good removal, cheap removal. You know, yes, you have to target a damage resonator, but with black has a lot of ways to deal like incidental damage. You know, just if we go back to the Dark Red Riding Hood. Every time she attacks, she deals 200 damage to target player or resonator, and you gain 200 life. Even with her on the field, you know, you can ping stuff down and then kill it. It can combo well with Mikage from, you know, earlier in the set. With good, you know, in the Lapis Cluster set. But Lethal Arrow is pretty good. Really cheap removal. Good card. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Spoilers were pretty good today. I think what stood out to me is Lethal Arrow and the Dark Red Riding Hood. The other ones didn't seem. Oh, and Blood Spray. The draw 2 cards is pretty good. Black got a decent amount of stuff. The main thing I'm looking at for, you know, the spoilers obviously has a lot of mystery counter support for Raya, but I just, you know, it seems like it's going to be pretty difficult to generate enough mystery counters to really make use of a lot of these things. But the mystery counters that you do use are usually killing something. You know, whether it's a 2 cost or less or doing 1,000 damage with Vitality Drain. You know, mystery counters are going to be pretty important. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next spoiler, which is gonna spoil the entire set, which is gonna be great. Anyways,